Hi Coach Basics, Erica here again. Today we're going to talk about going for no and why it's so important to embrace the word no and not take it so personally. So yesterday we talked a little bit about objections and how you can overcome those. There is a book called Go for No, and it's by Richard Fenton, and I really suggest that you put it on your list for a book to read or an audiobook to listen to, because it will completely change your mindset on the word no. So I think that a lot of people come into this business thinking that it's going to be easy and that people are going to jump right on board with you right away just because you're excited about something. But that's just not the case. There's a lot of fear involved when people think about getting healthy, losing weight, spending money on something that they're not really sure is going to work. And so you are going to hear the word no a lot, and that doesn't mean that you're a failure. It doesn't mean that you don't know what you're doing. It doesn't mean that people hate you. It means that they are scared. It means that you're taking action, because if you're hearing the word no, that means you're actually inviting people and you are getting the ball rolling, because when you invite somebody, even when they tell you no, you're planting a seed in their heart, and they're going to think about that for a long time. Some people might take a few days to think about it. Some people might take weeks. Some people might take months. And I've had people come back to me 2 years later. I just had a woman who's been telling me no for 2 years come back and say, I am ready to get started. And she only came back to me because I am still here. I'm still consistent, and I kept inviting her every month. Was she offended that I kept inviting her? No. She kept saying, I appreciate your support. I love that you're checking in on me, but I'm just not ready. And so in the beginning, when I was a new coach, I used to take that so personally. I was terrified, like that rejection, it's not comfortable. It's something that you have to work on. And when people would tell me no, I would shut down. I didn't even respond back. I would just hide, and I was like, okay, I can never message them again. And it would tear me down a little bit, right? And it would maybe I wouldn't do anything for a couple of days because I took it really hard. Now, my mindset is completely different. When somebody tells me no, it's just the beginning. I know that there's something that's holding them back. And so as a coach, my job is to support them no matter what, because it's not about the sale, right? It's about helping people get results in whatever way that we can. So I continue to support them. I continue to follow up. I say, that's okay. How can I help you? How can I help you where you're at? And if I see an article on a Facebook or a website that I think would help them, I send it to them. I check in with them weekly, bi-weekly, monthly, depending on the person. And I just say, hey, how are you doing? When you do that, people realize that you care, right? And they start to trust you a little bit more. And building that relationship, like I said, it depends on the person, but it could take a while. And so if you're in it for the long haul, then follow-ups are important. But back to going for no. I like to do little challenges every now and again with myself and with my coaches to see how many no's we can get. Because the more no's that you get, the more yeses you get, right? Naturally, it's just a numbers game. So if you talk to 100 people, for example, and you're shooting for 75 no's, you might get 25 yeses. Or it might be even less than that. Sometimes it's less than that, It doesn't matter. But the point is that you're talking to these people and you're planting seeds that will grow as long as you nurture them. They will grow. You got to feed them water, sunlight. And eventually they will grow and they will come around. But that can't happen if that fear holds you back to the point where you're not inviting anybody because you're afraid of the word no. So I challenge you to just accept it as part of this business, get comfortable with the word no, and know that it has nothing to do with you. They're not telling you no because they hate you. They're telling you no because they're scared and they're not ready. And so your job as a coach is to support them where they're at, add value to their lives, keep checking in on them, and I promise you they'll come around.